Welcome everyone to your classroom session today. Okay, we have our objectives of today's class, which are to demonstrate good communication and teamwork to complete the following task.
And our aim over there?
Our aim is to work as an effective team in an unfamiliar situation to complete the task.
Demonstrate.
So the rules of the task are,
What, should we tell them the task first
yeah,
and then tell them the rules?
okay, well the task is to bring this ball on the table to that bin over there and get the ball into the bin.
No, not allowed to
Can't
move
move the
it.
bin.
Oh,
no.
sorry.
The bin and the
I
chairs
thought I was
have to stay.
hiding
So the rules are
it.
scoring 10
Please
points,
don't move the bin.
Are you listening?
scoring 10 points by moving the ball
10
on the
points.
table to the bin without taking it off the table. You're not allowed to speak to one another, so communication has to be non-verbal. You can use the resources that are on the table behind you, choose whatever you like that will help you communicate with each other. Only 2 people are allowed to move the table, and those 2 people must be blindfolded. Everyone in your group has to have a role and has to join in some way. Only the table can be moved. Chairs and the bin must stay as they are. So we'll give you a couple of minutes to take a look at the resources, decide amongst you what your roles are.
We're allowed to talk for that bit.
You're allowed to
Yes,
talk for that.
you're allowed to discuss, yeah.
You're allowed
Communicate
to work
before
it
the
out.
task
Okay.
starts, yeah.
We'll give you about
And ask any questions. Feel free to have a look. Do we have
Come on,
Those
then.
rules
Huzzle,
there.
huzzle. We'll take it off
When
you
you
at
need
the
it.
end.
Take it off and we
I like it.
Very creative.
Okay, on the sound of the horn, the task will start. There is no time limit to it.
Right, who's
I've got to guide.
Alright.
yeah, you guys.
Okay.
I'm supposed to move that out of the way.
Good luck.
So on the sound, no more speaking.
Because I can't see where I'm going, but you can see where I'm going.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no speaking, okay, speak. Well done, everyone. Did
I
you?
apologise for the cockle going up and so something. I put it down after.
That was excellent work, excellent work. And the ball was in the back. So did you achieve the task?
Yes,
You
it
think?
is.
Yes,
Yeah.
but we could have achieved it better
Why?
because we should have had a signal to one another to backwards, forwards.
Yes.
Right.
That's
Rather
what
than
she said.
pulling the person.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
we
sort
should
of
have
a
said
tap
that.
or a
Yeah,
Oh, I did.
tap on that.
You did go
Yeah,
back
yeah.
and forth.
Yeah.
yeah, I know, but we sort of pulled it. There should have been a signal to say
Come
back.
back. Yeah.
Signal to say
But we could have used those.
As in a
resources that we-
predetermined one,
Yeah,
yeah,
to say, rather than just doing it
Just to
off the cuff, spontaneously.
Yeah.
Getting from
Yeah.
So do you think you used your resources well?
No, no, we could have used those resources as you started. Remember we did in Cockerel, the cow, the left, the right, backwards, forwards. We could have used those resources. a bit
My
better.
concern would have been
It would be too confusing with
Confusing,
different noises and not enough time to remember.
What about placing your resources around the room in a way that made it less confusing?
That's very true.
So, for instance, if you had, rather than the cockerel, but you didn't say it like that, you had a noise over there, one over here.
Ah, yes.
So just by pressing that and the people at the
Follow the
table,
direction.
they hear it that way,
They
Yeah.
could have done, yeah.
and then
Yeah,
perhaps
yeah.
someone at that
Using
end with another,
your other
because there's four.
senses.
Yeah,
Your hearing senses is where you're blind.
yeah.
That makes
You
sense.
could have, we could have had 4 sounds.
Because
So
you had,
right, left.
Yeah, but you'd hear them in the direction when you're a
Yeah.
blind
When-
person, you would
You
hear
don't
that
know
in
if
the
that's for
direction.
you or for them, because there's 2, isn't there?
Yeah.
So
Would you
you might want me to go backwards, but Sonia to go forward. I wouldn't have a clue about Sonia going backwards. She's got
But you would be heading for the sound. So if the sound was in front of you, you'd be going forward.
It kind of
Oh,
makes me
yeah.
not going.
No,
Oh,
I
the
think
sounds though.
what we discovered
The
was
phone could
actually
die, yeah.
the
That's-
2
yes,
people
yes.
who needed to do different things. Like when we were swivelling,
It is such
um,
a
you know, one person needed to stand still and the other needed to move in the circle.
did you think it was a bit of a hindrance because it was getting tighter when you were 2 behind and you're sort of moving
Yeah,
around?
yeah.
And so yeah, perhaps 2 on the table. As you said, I mean, we'll tell you how we sort of planned it for it to work, but you were along the right lines, which was really good. But there was we think a slightly easier
It was
way.
interesting to know the difference.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did like the way that you held the ball on the table though. I thought that was quite
That was
interesting.
very
I
good.
love that.
Because
Yeah.
we literally, when we tested it, we bounced and we were sort of bouncing it
Oh,
like that.
Yeah.
So,
How did you hold the ball? I didn't even see.
So-
No, I put
the
Oh,
only
yeah,
thing
yeah.
that-
I thought you had the mallet on top of it or anything.
Yeah,
that was
I thought at the
the
start,
end, that's the end.
you guys had come up with both Sasha and Anthony both come up with a solution that we came up with as a cheat. Someone holding the ball on the table so that it wouldn't
Yeah.
roll off.
Yeah,
You got
but
the
you
paddle.
gave us the objective to think of what we could do to do
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
So-
down to you. I mean,
And
we-
you used the
I'm not-
resources.
Yeah,
Yeah.
used
we
the
didn't plan it,
resources.
so we'd done it the easiest way we think we could do, but the way you did it was good. That was brilliant, because the ball's never going to be moving off, even if
Yeah.
you were a little bit unstable.
Yeah.
The way you had that up covered it
And
really
then
well.
the paddles to guide it in. We hit the rim, didn't we? And it
Yeah.
bounced
Bounced out.
off. Bounced away.
So we didn't complete the task and we set it up, but you
Yeah.
did, so that was
Yeah.
really good.
And lots of creative thinking. Yeah.
So-
absolutely.
Would you like to use the paddles and score
Yeah,
yourselves
could you
out of
score?
10?
There's a pen and a paddle on there if you'd like to write down your scores on how you think you did.
How you worked as a team and communicated.
Okay,
Rather
fine,
than-
okay, fine.
Rather than the actual
Achieving-
task, yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the level?
Between the tasks.
How we worked as a
Between
team.
the one and
Between
ten.
One being not very well, 10 being worked very well.
As a team.
As a team.
yeah.
Yeah.
We always,
Out of 10.
yeah, we always say, 10 times.
Oh,
Well,
should we be nice? Because it's got always been room for improvement. If you
So
say
say
something
9.
There's going to be
There's a
I'm at
yeah,
nine.
Yeah.
7.5,
There's a
9.
9.
That's for me and for Laura. You're both
Both
on that
nine.
paddle.
Nine.
That's fine.
10 and a 9.
Oh,
So
well.
if you'd like to add them up,
Yeah,
add a total. No, just get a total. That would be nice.
What have we got? 7.5,
Get a total.
10. You got 10 as well?
37, sorry, 44 and a half. Why?
That's out of a potential, it was out of 10, wasn't it? And you got 44.5 out of 40.
57.5.
50,
Oh,
yeah.
there's 9 and a
We
9.
got,
You
we
should
got,
have
we got
3
Oh no,
89%.
there's 3
It's
nines.
3
Sorry,
nines.
3
So
nines, 3 nines.
how do you think you could get more than 44.5 out of 50? Working more as a team. How do you think you could have been more effective as a team?
Yeah, I think we need more pre-arranged signalling.
So would you say at the
If we had
planning
a
stage
trial
then?
run,
Yeah, I
we
think
have a
having
trial
it-
run and actually
Mm.
sort out.
Each other, just getting through them, because that just negates having the blind, the
Yeah.
blindfold.
So we could have made
Yeah.
that
I
rule
didn't
because we
dance one, by
didn't
the way,
think of
that's
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
were able
So
to
it's
use
huge
it.
learning.
Trial
Yeah.
and race.
Huge-
I'm so used
Huge
to.
learning curve for us there,
Yeah.
but
We've got-
most of it went largely to plan. But again, you know, it's different ideas, how you approached it, we learned a lot from that. So it was a two-way thing from our point.
I think it's a brilliant task, really, for, you know, it's focused around teamwork and it's getting you thinking about how you can do that, especially taking away the speaking. That's really useful because it does make you think of other ways of
Yeah.
getting from A to B.
And also taking
With
away your
the ground
sight,
rules.
because
But
you
it's
think of
it's
that
evolving
kind of
different, because different groups, diverse groups, you might come up to a
Exactly.
group, you're working in teams, someone may be visually impaired, someone, it's
could be
just,
hearing
yes,
impaired.
being
so-
aware of
Yeah,
everyone else's
it's
senses and
Did
everything
we,
like that.
did we achieve tonight's objective? Was that inclusive classroom?
It certainly was. I enjoyed that.
And was it fun?
It was,
Yeah.
definitely.
And in the time space, we pulled together really quickly, which was good. I
You
quite.
didn't have a lot of time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Time
really
space,
well.
we did that really quickly. We just
Yeah.
quickly seemed to know each other's thinking
Yes.
and pick up on that.
It's good
And I
that you've
thought
managed
that
to
was
Just
some
great.
of us, we have-
weeks, isn't it?
We have all these
Yeah.
different intelligences. That
Yes, the different intelligences, and each one of us, as I said,
Yeah.
used it, and I think that was really
But
good.
again,